Hello, and happy holidays, everyone. Today, we welcome you to one of our most awaited Rush Generations annual events. You probably know this also, but there's evidence that engaging with artistic activities, either as an observer or as the performer, art can enhance our moods, emotions, and other psychological states. So we are very excited to bring you the annual Holidays, Highs and Lows lecture. And we are beyond excited for the number of dear colleagues and talents that we have joining us today. Let me pause for a bit of information about Rush Generations. I am Grisel Rodriguez Morales, Rush Generations Program Director. I would like to thank our producers, Hannah Weitzman and Franco Zambataro. Hannah worked very closely with our dear Susan Imos, I'm gonna be introducing very soon on today's program. So thank you both for that. Hannah is going to help us manage the chat and other key aspects so that we all can have a great event. As you know, our lectures are live streamed via our YouTube channel, where we have dozens of health education lectures that you can always refer to. So please let your friends, family, colleagues know about this channel. And when there's a lecture that you have enjoyed and found helpful, share them with them so that they can also benefit from the valuable information that our speakers offer every other week through Rush Generations. And with this fun event also, so share it with others. You can also subscribe, and that way our lectures will be at your fingertips. Oh, like always, we have also a good number of people joining us via phone. We hope that today you get to relax, listen, and enjoy today's fabulous program. And for those of you on YouTube, we ask that you please use the chat function to comment, to ask questions throughout today's event. We greatly appreciate you joining us today. So let's start introducing our wonderful colleagues. Let me start with our friends from Columbia College, Chicago. Susan Imos is Professor Emerita from Columbia College, Chicago, and is a licensed clinical professional counselor and board-certified dance movement therapist who chaired the Department of Creative Arts Therapies for 18 years. And we've worked with her very closely for some of those years. So over the past 5 years, Susan has published in numerous professional journals and books, and has taught in many countries, including Singapore, Denmark, and South Korea. She's currently the principal co-investigator with Columbia College Chicago and Rush for the Dance for Health study funded by the National Endowment of the Arts. We are going to also have Jessica Young, who is Associate Professor Emerita with Columbia College Chicago. She regularly presents and publishes on dance movement therapy, clinical supervision, motivational interviewing, violence prevention, trauma-informed and healing center engagement and wellness. Jessica received the 2020 American Dance Therapy Association Excellence in Education Award and President's Award. And she also practices at New Prairie Counseling Center. They're going to be joining us towards the end of the event. It's always a pleasure to have you both with for this annual Rush Generations event. And Susan brought today other talented colleagues with her. We are going to have you first enjoy the talents of Susana Bañuelos Olincuicac, who has been a traditional ceremonial Aztec Mexican dancer for 30 years. This tradition allows her and family to embrace their Native American heritage and share in ceremonies and presentations locally and internationally. Aztec ceremonial dance has also been an instrument for healing from personal colonial historic trauma and has empowered and inspired her to channel new ceremonial songs of thankfulness. and appreciation for all life and nature. We're delighted to have you with us today, Susanna. Then we're very fortunate to also have with us members of the P2 Collective, which is a group of Chicago area photographers and poets that since 2019 have been presenting poetry readings with projected images in various local venues. They've also exhibited their work in gallery settings and have published their images and associated poems in various poetry publications. And from this group today, we have Steve Gear, who grew up in England and moved to the US to teach physics at Harvard University, and his career eventually brought him to Chicago. Steve is a fellow of the Royal Photographic Society and is represented by the Perspective Gallery of Fine Art Photography in Evanston, Illinois, and is currently on their board of directors. Steve has been a founding member of the P2 Collective, and has had his work featured in numerous photography magazines and published in several books. He has had solo exhibitions at Perspective Gallery and several Chicago area venues and has also exhibited in numerous groups shows in the United States and Europe. And with him is also Maureen Tolman Flannery, who is an award-winning poet who now splits her year between Chicago and the Bighorn Mountains of Wyoming. The most recent of her 10 books of poetry is called Already Part of the Sky, about the rescue, relocation, and renovation of 3 historic log cabins. Her poems have been published in over 50 journals and anthologies. Maureen is vice president and longest member of Poets Club of Chicago. And Wilda Morris and her husband Ed adopted 5 children who gave the 15 grandchildren, which is so exciting. I lost my place here. I got very excited. But they have 8 great grandchildren. And Wilda, whose career was in Christian education, became a poet after the death of her first grandchild and is now widely published in journals and anthologies. And she has published 3 books of poetry. So we are so delighted to have the 3 of you and have the P2 Collective represented here today. Then we'll have French-born cellist Martine Benman, a freelance performer and a teacher. And after studies at the folk band music Hochschule, I think I said that right, in Germany and Moscow Conservatory in Russia, she moved to Chicago, where she received a master's degree and an artist diploma in cello performance from Roosevelt University. She has served as principal cellist in various symphonic and chamber groups, including the Civic Orchestra of Chicago, Lincolnwood Chamber Orchestra, Ars Musica Chicago, and Back and Beyond Ensemble. As a chamber musician, she has played concerts in France, Germany, Russia, and the US, and she regularly performs in private and public venues. And as a teacher, she holds a busy studio in Hyde Park. So you can tell why we are so excited today. And we are going to start by handing it to, who's first in the list? Susan. Take it away.
Thank you. Let's see if I can share my PowerPoint.
Susan, do you want me to bring it up?
I think I have it. Can everyone see that? Oops.
Yes. Just click the slideshow at the bottom. There. Perfect.
Okay. So let me go to the first slide here. Holidays, highs and lows. As Griselle mentioned, I have presented at this in this opportunity for the past 5 years. And I'd just like to begin by having everyone reflect a little bit about what this time means in your life. Because we know holidays can be a time of wonder And holidays also can be stressful. So coping with stress can take many different forms, as we know, through deep breathing exercises. And maybe everybody right now at home can just take in a deep breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. I always like to start this way because it helps me relax when I present. That's just a little secret for you all. Other ways of coping with stress include taking a walk, obviously visiting with close friends, meditating, praying, and maybe there are many other ways. And if you'd feel free to share in the chat function some of the ways that you cope with stress, we can all take a look at that as we move along in the slides. So a unique strategy is to observe and participate in the arts. And that's one of the main focus of our session today is to participate in the arts. What are the arts? Well, it's obvious to many of us, but let me just help remind you of how the arts organize and form in our human existence. Art itself is an organization of visual images and kinesthetic textures in space, where dance is an organization of movement in time, weight, space, and flow. Music is an organization of sounds in time, and theater, an organization of story through words and movement in space and time. And then we have poetry, which we're going to be able to experience later today, which is an organization of words in time and space. So how do the arts contribute to our health? Griselle briefly mentioned this, but let me just review how physically science is providing evidence for what we as humans have experienced since ancient times. And that is that the arts change our bodies. Observing or making art can shift our brains, fostering new neural connections and brain wave patterning. Mentally, art can focus and refocus our thoughts. It can engage us in the creative process, which includes spontaneity, originality, and problem solving. It can enhance our self-efficacy, which is a belief in ourselves to succeed, and can lead to the shift in our belief about control. I created something, I can control it, and then I can change it. Emotionally, the arts can shift our moods. They can bring us pleasure and joy, foster empathy for self and others, and provide opportunities for emotional insight and meaning. The arts can enhance socially our opportunities to come together for an event like today, can help us gain a sense of participating and belonging to a group, and obviously have us enjoy and provide fun. Spiritually and culturally, art we know is found in religious and cultural customs and rituals, and it may connect us to a higher power and humanize us. So the biopsychosocial cultural approach to the arts is a holistic approach to healthcare. It's geared to improving your quality of life, separate from any illness you might have. Art can be experienced in many forms. It can be through art education, art observation, like going to a gallery or looking at photos in a book, art making, and the creative arts therapies and expressive arts therapies like Jessica and I have been trained in. Observing art can be as powerful as participating in the art making experience. So today, you have a choice. When we have presentations that ask for your participation, feel free to participate or just observe. We know through research that observing is equally as powerful as participating, so it is your choice. So we're going to begin today with the arts experience of chanting and dancing with Susanna. We're going to then have poetry reading and photography viewing with the P2 group. We're going to have cello playing by Martine. We're going to have a little singing and dancing with Jessica, and we'll end with a little gift giving with me. So without further delay, we're going to turn this over to Susanna. Whoop.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Susana Olencuicatekpat, and I'm so happy to be joining you for the very first time. I want to begin by sharing a land acknowledgement for us to be mindful of the land that we live on, and for us to be thankful to the Native American people of the Circle of the Three Fires, the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi. We also need to acknowledge the displacement of the Native American people from their original lands, the forced arrival of the African people who were then enslaved, and the many people that are discriminated based on the false belief that our skin color makes some of us superior and others inferior. I also want to celebrate that the Native American people, in spite the forbiddance to practice their spiritual ways, still found their way to their ceremonies in the early 1960s through the social movement of the American Indian movement. And so I'm thankful for that way of life because I, as a mestiza, have benefited immensely. It's a way of life that connects us profoundly with nature, as we believe that everything that is alive has a spirit and that we can speak to that spirit and that we can sing and dance and seek support and be loved and comforted and give that in return as well to the earth, to the mountains, to the animals, to the water, to the rain. So I want to celebrate that. And may we all be conscious of our privileges and our lack of privileges and continue to meditate on that so that we can make necessary changes to thrive in this world and to build solidarity and build community the way that we're doing right now by sharing in art and culture. I want to also remind everyone that the American people are thriving in the city of Chicago. There's the American Indian Center that is the oldest institution in the United States that houses programs and services and resources for the community. And there's the Trickster Gallery out in Schaumburg, and universities also have departments where the American Indian people can seek support. And that we can continue to build that solidarity and that awareness by visiting these centers and institutions, by supporting Native American businesses and products, and by creating solidarity with their movements, especially when it comes to protecting the soil, the quality of the air, the quality of the water. And this weekend, actually, there is a powwow happening at the American Indian Center out in the north side of Chicago. So I hope to attend and I hope to see all, if not some of you there. I want to, it's a tradition to greet the four directions, Grandfather Sky and Mother Earth. So this is a time also for setting intentions, but also for being mindful of everything that you're thankful for, everything that you appreciate. And so also setting intentions for this time of gathering that we have right now. So I'm gonna encourage everyone to take a deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. I will sound off the tecocoli, which is the conch shell, twice, and make good thoughts come to us for moving forward. Mateo. So thank you for joining me in acknowledging the land. And so now I want to share a vocable chant. So if we can go down to this slide. Unfortunately, our percussion instruments don't, we can't hear them very well, but we will do this a cappella. When we sing, it's always to release energy, whether it's negative or positive energy. We want to be responsible in how we release it. And we also want to release it in a harmonious and beautiful way. And so I chose this vocable for today because it's so, this chant, right? Because it's so basic. It doesn't have words. It reminds me of a time when we were born and we were pure. And we were innocent, right? And so before we started to be socialized and gain all these concepts that sometimes separate us from one another and keep us from loving and appreciating each other. I will demo once. I will sing it one round, and then I will invite you to sing it with me. I will point this way, like call and response. I will do the calling, and when I go like this, I want you to repeat after me, and then we'll get through the chant together in this way. And then the final version, we will all sing together again. So on this first time around, I will model. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya. 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 Hey ya, ya. Hey ya, ya. We will do call and response this time around. I encourage you to release anything that you're carrying, right? Something heavy or something light, whether it's joy or happiness. The releasing through our voice helps us to walk lighter, and it can shift our moods. So I will go like this when to guide you, and then like this for you to respond. Yay, now we. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya. Hey ya, ya. Hey ya, ya. All together now. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya. 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 Hey ya, ya. Hey ya, ya. One last time. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya. 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 Hey ya, ya. Hey ya, ya. A round of applause for everyone. I hope you make this chant yours, right? Sometimes I'm so sad and I begin like, kind of like, hey, hey. And then by the third round, I'm like, I'm feeling better now. So I want to invite you to join me in offering a dance up next, right? So let me see. This is, I want to introduce you to Coatlicue. So this is Coatlicue. Coatlicue is in the Nahuatl language that is still spoken today in different parts of Mexico and different parts of the United States, because as Aztec dancers, we begin to pick up some of this Nahuatl terminology. So Coatlicue is means she who wears her skirt of snakes. So this is a sculpture, like a replica of a very tall and heavy sculpture that was present at the time when the Spanish came to Mexico. The Spanish didn't come to partake or learn of the Native American ways of the people at the time, right? But they did come with the ability to judge everything they saw. And so for them, the snake was a symbol of negativity. So this is made up of snakes, right? It's two snakes facing each other. There's hands, there's a skull that is scary for some cultures, but we all have one underneath our flesh and muscle. And so this to us is a representation of Mother Earth. And so this sculpture was, they couldn't destroy it, so they buried it as they did with so many other things that they couldn't destroy or build upon. And so when she was on Earth, I believe in the 1800s, the Native American people still recognized her and came to the site where she was um, showcased, and so they still brought her flowers. So the dance that I'm going to share with you is the dance of Coatlicue, Coatlicue. So if you ever want to connect with the Mother Earth, right? If you want to say thank you, if you want to release to her, if you want to receive from her, this is one of those dances that you can offer. It is, I share Aztec dance with teenagers, so I categorize this one as maybe beginner's dance, right? In terms of the ability. So it isn't necessary, I guess, for us to warm up today. This, our dances are made up of two types of flower steps. One is the plant-based step and the other is the flower step. The flower steps are constantly changing and they're always intertwined with the base plant step. So the plant step for this dance is like this. I will do it facing you and then away from you. So it's just representing moving forward, which is the representation of life, and then coming back, a representation of death, which is a very natural thing that happens with all life beings, right? We are born, grow, develop, achieve, procreate, and then return to our sleep mode, our transmutation mode, which is death. So this is the plant step. You want to try and be on your tippy toes. And again, through dance, we release, right? We release thankfulness, appreciation, and we release positivity and negativity in a beautiful, harmonious, responsible way. So try and be on your tippy toes for this one. And you're going to double step. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll give you my back. So again, tippy toes, and you're going to step twice to the left and twice to the right. Yay? Now, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So because we can't play percussion instruments, you wouldn't be able to hear them. I'm going to sing the rhythm to you as I represent the step moving forward. Yay, now. You're connecting with the sky. You're releasing, right? Or you're receiving. So again, I'm going to face away from you. Yay, now. Come back, moving back, Good. So as you're coming back, you're connecting with the earth. Okay, I'll face you, doing it fully. At the count of Nahui, I count in the Nahuatl language, 3, 4. Yay, now. Moving back. I hope that was sufficient, right? If there's any questions, maybe you can ask questions. I'm going to represent next the flower step, the first flower step. This is a dance that is composed by 9 flower steps, and we always repeat them twice. So it's kind of like 18, really.
Donna, I'm afraid that we're going to have to stop there. Yeah, the time has gotten away from us. So, I want to thank you. What you have shared is phenomenal. And I think we need to move on to the P2 group. So thank you again. It was so informative and beautiful.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen. Hopefully everyone can see this. We're going to give you a sample of the work that the P2 Collective does. So I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about the P2 Collective, and then we will hear from a couple of the poets. So these images are the members of the P2 Collective. There are 4 poets: Maureen Flannery, Suzanne Metzel, Caroline Johnson, and Susan Moss, and 3 photographers. I'm one of the photographers, Steve Gear, and then there's also Alexa Frangos and Suzanne Metzel. So, and today joining us, Wilda and Maureen will read some poems. So what we do in the P2 Collective is that it's a sort of collaboration between photography and poetry. So a poem may inspire a photograph that then inspires another poem that then inspires another photograph, and so on and so forth. So it's a lot of fun, this sort of conversation between 2 arts. So we've as was said at the beginning, we've published in various journals, and we give poetry readings in which the images are projected. And recently, we've also been collaborating with Martine, the cellist that you're about to hear. So in our performances, we've also had some music from Martine. So I think that's all I want to say about the P2 Collective, and we're going to give you a short sample of the work we do. The theme is sort of winter, and we're going to start with a poem by Maureen, and then we'll have a poem by Wilda, and then a couple more poems by Maureen and Wilda. So Maureen, take it away.
Competing for distinction. Snow is general over the plains. Gusts of anonymous clusters settle over farm and lane alike, content with the illusion of uniformity, until one dancing prima donna, intent on receiving rave reviews, tutus her way to center stage, smack under the cameraman's lens. Soon other crystal ingenues break out of the chorus, expecting notice for a fine rectilinear design or starry protrusions at the edge of hexagonal air. Where can they go to be seen like a shooting star that dreams of causing gazing up lovers to gasp before going into unknown light years of cosmic oblivion?
Maureen, could we start with your first snowfall poem? That's the first poem that we have up.
First snowfall. For the first time this winter, the designs of heaven have come fluffing in infinite distinction down upon the unraked leaves of the pear tree to cover brittle berm foliage strawed over in its dormancy and whiten the gray malaise of our thinking. Beneath this clean bedding the weather spreads. I wait for my son's return from his wanderings in the world. This is the season of coming home.
Wilder will now read Sculpting in Snow.
Sculpting in Snow. This is what we've been waiting for all winter. 6 inches of good packing snow, cold and moist in our gloves. Our ball growing larger and larger to serve as base for a sparkling sculpture. We might construct a dog on its haunches, begging for food, a penguin with a fish in its mouth, or Lincoln in a tall hat. Or maybe you and me in buttoned coats, holding hands.
Now, Maureen, an unprecedented blizzard.
Unprecedented blizzard. Snow is general over the plains. Gusts of anonymous clusters settle over farm and lane alike. Let me do my video there. Content with the illusion of uniformity until one dancing prima donna, intent on receiving rave reviews, tutus her way to center stage, smack under the cameraman's lens. Soon other crystal ingenues break out of the chorus, expecting notice for a fine rectilinear line or starry protrusions at the edge of hexagonal air. Where can they go to be seen like a shooting star that dreams of causing gazing up lovers to gasp before going into unknown light years of cosmic oblivion? Each unique flake begins to speak for herself about the inner beauty she is learning to embrace. They compete in descent for the upper layer of drifts or a more hospitable place to be noticed. Some icy doilies, puffed with importance, catch an updraft gust and rise to the weatherman's third-floor window ledge. Fine geometry and kaleidoscopic lines, no longer content to seem just plain icy whiteness, devise inventive ways of showing off. Cleverest of all is the lacy flake that arranges herself to fall on the eyelash of the poet's sleeping child.
Some music from Martine. Okay, thank you, Martine. So next we have a poem from Wilder called Illinois White.
Illinois White. I did not want to return from Mexico to Illinois, where snow covered everything. I did not want to be cold. My breath was visible as I deplaned through the walkway into O'Hare. But I went out next morning into crisp air, a world alive with white. New flakes fell, painting, molding, brushing the world with their own particular light, making me glad to be home.
Thank you. So now we have Mother Expectations of Holiday Season by Maureen.
This year, we will try again to get it right, to ride providential grace into the rodeo arena of our untamed lives, to infuse simplicity into frenzied doing, familial care into a world grown numb on dumb atrocities. Each November, I imagine anew a candlelit wonderland of my own adorned house, the scents of balsam and beeswax waltzing with mulled spice that swirls into the breath of memory. The feast would present itself upon the red set table as singing mingled with rising hearth smoke sends harmonious warmth swirling into sky design of cold, clean whiteness in descent, while my children, grown dreamy in a mood of veneration, would sleep. Expectation flurries over the day-to-day so that possibility lifts gracefully off the ground like the sugar plum fairy, and something deep down reaches for more goodness than it ever otherwise awaits. Yet I soon begin to wonder how my whole family might be frozen to suspended existence while I make it all come about, that they might float like snowflakes into the midst of the blessed perfection. But that never comes to pass. The children are set aside, ignored, or dragged from store to crowded store, given more than innocence can absorb. overpartied and underslept for a full month, stimulated into nastiness, candied like the fruits. My little ones wilt weepy, ill-mannered and demanding, even as they are being admonished to be saintly, reminded always they are being spied upon. They become less like the darlings in stories the more I try living into the legends. Why expect our children, lavished and indulged like the offspring of kings, to exhibit simple peasant awe and gratitude? The season of light requires serenity, while my features transmute to a gargoyle's. Striving in desperation for simple beauty amidst tinsel and glitz, I trip over this irony. Holiday's essential ingredients, my reverent calm and good humor, are pinched meager by the yeasty goodness of the season's potential. Still, because the impossible has happened in the past and light did not extinguish, I will be again this year expectant with improbable possibility.
We have lost your video feed. So we did not see the poem nor the photography with that last poem.
But it was beautiful. So
Was
thank you for
beautiful.
that.
Thank you.
So before the last poems are read, you might want to try and get your feedback up.
We've lost Steve. Oh, there he is. Yeah. There.
Do you see now?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, let me get to the, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
I think we have one more poem, which is Fox Squirrels in February
There
by
you go.
Wilder.
Fox, squirrels in February. Excuse me. The sky is overcast, ready to spread another layer of white on cold earth. Already the groundhog has seen his shadow. Records for cold and snow have been set. I feel drear, dead as the landscape, till I see 3 fox squirrels scramble through barren branches of the backyard maple. They hang upside down on thin twigs, chase each other, jump, wrestle, separate and reunite. So alive.
Now we have some more music from Martine.
Bravo.
All right. Thank you so much. That was so lovely. I'm just like filled with warmth and love and joy over here. Okay, there we go. So now we're gonna move into a sing-along. So I'm gonna put on the screen here a Jingle Bell video. Give me 1 minute. And I will share my screen, and I invite everyone to put on your best singing voice. Singing is not my forte, but I do enjoy a good Christmas song or holiday song. And also encourage you to get up and move, or sit down and move, or turn to a neighbor if you have somebody sitting near you, and enjoy. Here we go. Let's see. Share sound. Oh, there we go. Hold on. All right.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. The bells on bobtail ring, they make our spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and we got upside. Jingle bells, all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now the ground is white, so go it while you're young. Take the girls tonight and sing the sleighing song. Just get a bobtailed nag, 240 for his speed, then hitch him to an open sleigh and crack, you'll take the lead. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Man. Woo!
So fun.
There we go. Thank you all.
Jessica, thank you, Jessica. And I just realized my audio was on. I hope people didn't hear me trying to sing, because I also am not a singer. So we're only a minute or two away from ending. So as we say goodbye today, what we'd love to do is share gifts with one another. And in the past, we've done this by doing a little improvisation. So I'm going to show you how it's done. However, we can't see everybody. So what we'd love you to do is enter into the chat function a gift that you would like to share with humankind. If you could provide or give any kind of gift today, what would you give to humankind? And we're going to invite you to put that into the chat. So I see already Griselle, has invited us to gift laughter. Franco says peace. Anybody else? Compassion, loving kindness. Any other gifts we can share with others? Peace, mind and an open heart. Hummingbird energy, passion, joy, active listening. Oh, I like that. That's a tough one for some. Anybody want to share any other gifts? Continued healing. And I would like to share my gift of gratitude to all the folks that presented today. We're a new team and we had a few glitches, but hopefully you experienced the healing benefits of the arts that we shared with you. And I want to say thank you to the team here today, as well as Griselle and her team, Hannah and Patrick and all of the folks through Rush Generations. So thank you for inviting us, and may you have a happy and lovely holiday.
Thank you. Thank to all of you, and you have been a gift to us for years. So thank you for being there for us. And also, this is a culmination of many different opportunities that we've had of bringing great talent with the thought that, we can heal through all these activities. So thank you for that, Susan, and for your group.
You're more than welcome.
Yes, everybody, if you would like to say goodbye, Wilda, Maureen, Steve, Martine, I really would like to have you join us as we say goodbye and wish all of our Rush Generations members happy holidays. And we hope to see you in some of the upcoming lectures that we have starting very soon. We have the first one in January, so we love to see you there. And please be safe and consider some of the upcoming programs that we have with that same thought in mind. We offer evidence-based programs that help you remain safe and that support your longevity. If you are in need of assistance, always feel free to call our toll-free number 1-800-757-0202, and we hope to see you in one of our health promotion programs or also in one of these lectures, which is part of the menu that we offer. So thank you so much, everyone. Happy holidays.